Daniel, your reaction when the Chargers got Jim Harbaugh was what?
Was excitement. I mean, look, I think he brings excitement everywhere he goes. He's won everywhere he's gone. I was in the driveway playing horse with my son, and my phone started blowing up from all my friends that I grew up with that are lifelong Charger fans. I'll tell you, my dad, who grew up in Ohio and has been out here in Southern California for 40 years, has been a huge Charger fan. He was very excited on multiple levels that Jim Harbaugh got that job. So he's been a lifelong Buckeye fan and a longtime Charger fan. So he literally had the best day yesterday.
Okay, what is the team getting with Jim Harbaugh?
Well, you're getting a couple things. Obviously, you're getting identity. Every team he coaches, wherever he's been, has been a tough, physical line of scrimmage team. So you're getting toughness. The other thing that you're getting somebody who's going to get it up and running and is going to establish accountability early. I remember going up there to Stanford. I was scouting at that time when he got that job. And I remember in that press conference, I think somebody asked a question about USC, and he wasn't. There was no deference there. There was no, hey, we're just going to build our. He was like, we're ready to go against them right now. And all of us scouts, we laughed, Dan. We were like, he's crazy. Like, does he know how bad Stanford is? Does he know how hard it is to get players into Stanford? Like, we've heard this for years, for decades. And the guy went in there and beat him the first year. What, like 40-point underdogs? Yeah. Like it. People can think whatever they want. He brings energy, enthusiasm, and the guy wins.
What is Harbaugh getting with this roster with the Chargers? What's he get himself into?
Well, look, it's not a perfect roster, but you've got a great quarterback. You've got a franchise left tackle. You've got two pass rushers that, you got to keep them healthy. They got to figure out what they want to do salary cap wise. Derwin James is a special player. Keenan Allen's still an elite receiver. Like, there's a lot of pieces in place there. I would imagine he's going to want to come in there and really kind of, put more resources into the offense and defensive line. They're going to need tight ends. I mean, it's not a 1-year fix with some of the holes there to get it to where he wants it to be. But I think Justin Herbert is going to have less on his plate, which is going to be a good thing. When he had Andrew Luck, how tempting would it have been for most play callers to say, we're going to throw it 50 times a game. This is the best quarterback in college football, and it's not even close. And he didn't do that. He ran the ball. They were physical, and they asked Andrew Luck to kind of make those handful of plays. So I don't know if you were talking about the MVP before I came on. I don't know if Herbert's going to throw for 5,000 yards with Jim Harbaugh, but he's going to be very efficient and he's going to win. That's I don't know how that gets you to MVPs, but it's going to get you a lot more success in the playoffs.
Well, you got to be the MVP comes from the first seed or the second seed in your conference. I mean, you have to be either the number 1 or number 2 seed. And if they get there and Herbert's your quarterback and plays well, because I don't know if Jim treats Justin Herbert the way he did J.J. McCarthy at Michigan. Because here's McCarthy expected to be a first-round draft pick, and you watch that Penn State game, they didn't even ask him to do anything. They just ran the football the whole time. Is the NFL now for Jim, is it the same when Jim was at San Francisco? Can you still have the same kind of philosophy?
I still think you can play the way he played at San Francisco, provided you had what they had. I mean, that offensive line, defensive line were outstanding with San Francisco. That afforded him the luxury to play that way. Very few teams have that. I mean, I was watching the Niners game last week, and, I thought, man, I know that they ended up winning that game and Purdy ended up making plays late, but I'm watching that game going, you can just turn around and give it to McCaffrey and win this particular football game. And, they didn't choose to do that, but I still think they had a team that could do that. I think that's the goal that they'll want to get to that point here.
And also being relevant in Los Angeles, because even though the Chargers had a potential marquee quarterback, great uniforms, they're, down the depth chart as far as must-see TV or even must-attend. Harbaugh is a reason, like now all of a sudden, there's something there. I don't know if it's enough right now, but having Harbaugh's philosophy or culture there, I wonder what that does to the LA market.
I think it'll bring enthusiasm. It's a winner's town. I mean, you've got to win to draw any attention, and it helps to have some personality. And when you look at the Rams and Sean McVay and what he's brought, I mean, he's an incredible coach who's brought consistent winning, and he has a personality about him too. Jim's different, but I think you get a lot of those same perks of guy who's going to come in and win. He's going to stand out because of who he is and how he handles himself, which I think is a chance to make a dent in the market. It's, there's a lot of teams there. You're competing with a lot of different teams for eyeballs, but there's also a heck of a lot of people there. So I think there is room to see this thing grow as it goes forward.